Yung first priority natin kasi is yung SLEX, no? Yung impending 250% increase. And the initial solution that we had sought to employ to address that increase is not panning out, no? Yung ang daming issues. For instance, yung PNCC franchise, doon pagkukunin sana yung pagpabawas no kailangan na ma-recover ng investors. Meron rin yung conflict siyempre doon sa idea ng huwag natin babaguhin yung mga patakaran pagtapos na nayaya yung investor dito. May implications sa future investors in our country. So I'm hoping to meet Secretary Purisima today and Kim Henares also. And si Secretary Purisima just came back no, from setting the groundwork for the US trip. No? Yung roadshow na gagawin natin to invite investors. So I'm hoping that he has recovered from jet lag and we will be able to meet today and to address that. Plan B sa BAT? No, I understand that the President is authorized no, to suspend the imposition of certain taxes if so needed. There is a study ongoing rin yung implications, no? Lalo na as far as SLEX is concerned, yung increase sa toll rates, yung increase in transportation, tapos syempre yung BAT is another cost no, that might deter economic activity. So this all will be discussed. So yun yung Plan B. I'm hoping to finish it with the Secretary Purisima today or tomorrow. Yung as you know, meron yung sa Millennium Challenge Corporation yung signing, no? It's over $400 million that we really need. The other aspect is we were informed by the ambassador the first time that I met him that there is a serious interest on the part of investors who want to know what's in store for them if they invest in the Philippines. So, you know that job generation is the first priority and America still is, if not the biggest, one of our biggest trading partners. Therefore, we're called upon really to go there and try to make the country even more attractive to all of these investors in the hopes of generating all of those jobs.
Sir, hanggang kailan yung i-defer yung isususpend yung implementation ng VAT?
Ang sa akin, ulit ko, no, priority ko dito ay 250% increase sa PISA SLEX na minano na lang namin. No? Yung franchise, for instance, ng PNCC, I have been advised that it has lapsed since 2007. No? Medyo 3 taon nang hindi nasikaso rito. Yung authority to collect that arises from that franchise seems to be in question. All of these matters are being studied by both the legal teams and the finance teams. No? And they will be giving me certain recommendations. Hopefully, at the very latest by tomorrow.
Sir, ano po ang position niyo dun sa imposition ng higher cigarette tax? Kasi yung proposal daw po ni Health Secretary Ono.
Well, I understand Secretary Ono was asked, do you favor an increase in taxes, no, on especially on sin products? And he said yes. Tapos yung 90 pesos yata ang proposal, Secretary Ono's competence syempre is in health, not in the finance sector. So that I think was added on to his comments. That was not his comment. Yung idea ng increase in sin taxes, yes, no, from a societal concern, and also yung may trade-offs kasi as you know, ito sin products have a health burden on the people. May peso value yung health burden na yan. Tapos yung taxes versus the health burden are not equal. So that really has to be studied very, very well. Exactly how much. And as you know, it will have to come from Congress. All measures of taxation and appropriation. So,
sir, but if there will be a tax measure that you would pass, would you prioritize this since this involves public health?
most probably, it's in taxes.
Sir, maybe get your thoughts because 3 out of the 4 EOs issued by Malacanang is being questioned before the Supreme Court.
Well, not to make light of it, no, pero one of the briefers that came before me questioned the grounds for the EO, no, on the constitutional provision on not deprivation of life, liberty, and property. And we're talking of a position. Medyo nahirapan ako maintindihan paano naging life, liberty, at property yung position na pinag-uusapan. Medyo ang babaw yata ng one of the arguments. My legal team tells me that a lot of the petitions are more of the rabble-rousing nature rather than on law. No? Pero siguro, the fundamental principle is this. We are trying to reform our society. We are trying to correct errors, mistakes, and deliberate actions that injure the public good. No? Undoubtedly, there will be people who benefited from that status quo to try and preserve the status quo. So the challenges are expected, and at may rap. So okay na tayo. But we are expecting those challenges, and hopefully, dito medyo din naman ako magko-comment at sub judice na yan, baka naman tayo ma-issue pa na nakikialam na naman sa co-equal branch of government.
Sir, back to your relatives.
Taiwan. Oh, yes.
Yung pagpunta niyo po sa US, anong industries yung isasama natin sa roadshow? And are you intending to include discussions on the visiting forces agreement since Congress has a move?
I think the trip will be something like 4 days or so. No, so at meron ng mga schedule. UN I think will be the primary thing. But then the Millennium Challenge also the signing of the compact, no. And then yung roadshow, portion of it will be IT. No? There is a group called Philippine Development Foundation, which aims to help us grow our IT base, the people, the engineers, the scientists. Because it's so there are Filipinos or there are Americans of Filipino descent who are into venture capital industries, and they are already they're movers and shakers of that industry. They find it difficult to invest in the Philippines primarily because kulang yung ating human resources to meet the needs of industries in that category. So I'm sure I will be meeting them also. So I'm hoping na hindi tayo ma-jet lang ng husto para makausap as many as possible. Pero we don't think we'll be able to accomplish everything that has to be done on that one trip. Then of course, as you know, the other priorities, yung EU ASEAN Summit, no? We already have all the heads of state of the EU members present. So we will also have that as a priority. China and Japan being very large trading partners also are requesting trips to their respective countries.
Sir,
Do
did
you
you
have
talk
plans
to your
to have
relatives?
bilateral meetings with President Obama or other leaders in the UN?
That has yet to be finalized. Okay.
Sir, kinausap niyo po ba yung mga kamag-anak niyo sa Luisita?
As you know, I adopted the hands-off. I adopted the hands-off policy. So, I think for me to act properly here, if my constituents in Luisita had asked me to meet with them, I would have. If the religious sector, if the other yung chambers of commerce namin doon, or my relatives wanted to discuss it, then I would have discussed. But none of them approached. So I handled other matters.
Sir, going back to the EO, do you think it's unfair to accuse your legal advisors as being amateurs?
Siguro iniintindi ko na sa nagmumula yung kritisismo. Yung kritisismo, yung mga gustong patuloy ang pakinabang na sa maling paraan. No? So, kung sila ho pumuri sa atin, lalo tayong kakabahan. No? Bakit tayo pinupuri bigla nito mga to? So, yung normal and par for the course.
But definitely, sir, you don't see any lapses sa legal opinion.
Nobody's perfect, no? And this is, in a sense, we're confronted with a problem. How do you govern with people who do not follow the agenda, who will try to stop you each and every step of the way? No? So we were confronted with a problem. Talaga namang pinuno doon sa midnight appointments. No? At magkakaroon talaga ng challenges. We are trying to do, and we believe, we are trying to further the common good, by effecting changes in governance that will lead the advancement of the agenda at the earliest time possible.
Sir,
You said
Si Justice Soreno nandito, nakakalimutan nyo.
Sir, you said you attended to other matters in Luisita. What were those other?
No, not in Luisita. There are other issues in Tarlac, for instance. May nag-collapse na bridge about a month ago, and I wanted to ask, paano umabot na nag-collapse? No? Na merong mga... Parang dumadaloy pa yung traffic. May danger na pala doon. So, ma-check yan. It's not supposed to be a national bridge. No? Tapos I had an opportunity to talk to regional directors, a couple of regional directors of the PNP. I gave them my emphasis on my perceived problems in the respective areas. So, nagkaroon ng exchange of information, nagkaroon ng mga parang binigay sa atin yung kanilang mga courses of action that they will be undertaking. And they have undertaken.
sir, being criticized,
Ito na ba yung kapalit ng Wednesday? Oh.
being criticized kasi kamag-anak mo naman daw yung may-ari ng Luisita. Why are you having this hands-off policy?
Ang paniniwala ko kasi kamag-anak ko yun nandun. Okay, tama yun, no? But I have divested myself of all my interests there. Ngayon, sino may interest doon? It's the farmer beneficiaries and members of my family and other stockholders. No? So, ang tanong dito, sino ba pinakamagaling makalaman kung anong dapat mangyari sa kanila? Paniniwala ko, yung mga taong directly involved at hindi yung mga nasa labas na nagkokomentaryo, ang mas may kakayahan malaman kung anong dapat puntahan ng kanilang korporasyon doon. So, kung ako papasok doon, parang nakikialam ako, nag-i-impose ako sa mga taong napinsala for the past 6 years, So, ako po, sinabi ko naman, boss ko ang taong bayan, kasama rin sila sa taong bayan, sila may interest ng diretsuhan, sila magsabi sa akin kung saan dapat ang direksyon.
So sir, kahit may mga panawagan na nasa CBCP na alam na kayong solusyon.
Mahirap naman yata sabihin sa CBCP, may isa akong bisap na alam na nakikagsalita. Meron rin naman bisap na nagsabi pabayaan yung mga nandun. Sino sa dalawang bisap ang pakinggan ko?
Sir, Admiral Angge is expressing his dismay over his demotion daw po. This might trigger daw po ng demoralization sa ranks.
I think I will leave the Chief of Staff to answer that.
Pero sir, do we expect na magkakaroon ng revamp sa military following yung pag-change na position ni Admiral Angge?
I think we have effected most of the changes starting from July 1. This is just, para na-delay lang yung implementation niya.
Sir, will you be open to new tax measures this year kung kailangan? Tapos wala
Even the budget has been attuned to managing the deficit. Yung going to baka yung conflicting needs of pump priming, managing the inflation level, and also managing the deficit. So am I open? At this point in time, we have not been advised that there is a necessity to do so.
Sir, but if advised,
Then we will review it. Part of it kasi is we are also reviewing the entire debt structure. No? Merong tayong opportunities to change our debt from foreign currency based. No? At pwede rin yung pagbababa ng sourcing. May lilipat natin na mas matcha-charge tayo na mas mababang interest. Yun ang isa sa mga nagpapabrief ako kay Secretary Purisima. Ano ba yung buong loan portfolio natin? Kanino ba tayo may utang? Kailan ba maturation? Ano bang interest rates? Ano bang strategies to bring down the negative effects of such a large debt?
Sir, statement lang po regarding sa appointment niyo kay Justice Serena.
Well, na-review natin yung mga CV, no? Talaga napaka, how should I put it, inspiring siguro, yung resume ni Justice. For instance, naipanalo yung dalawang kaso sa Piatco tsaka sa Fraport, no? Nandun din siya sa MOA AD, sa parehong pananaw natin siguro doon sa dismemberment of the Republic. At marami pang iba. Pati na yung centerpiece ng ating gustong gawing reform sa ating judiciary, siya rin ang namuno nung 2000, kung di ako nagkakamali, nung study na nag-identify ng mga problema ng ating judicial system. Ngayon na nandiyan na siya, may implement ng mas mabilis palagay ko, no? Yung mga kailangan ng pagbabago sa ating judikatura.
Sir, ano kung bang you don't personally know?
Alam mo, Ateneo at that time was 2,000 students strong. Siguro isa naman ang kantin namin doon. Nagkasalubong kami siguro at some point in time. We're both economics majors. Pero to be honest, I don't really recall ever having met her or debated with her or being in the same class with her. No? May one batch na difference. Ano?
Thank you.
Sir, how would you differentiate yung appointment niyo po sa kay Justice Serena sa
Last
pag-appoint po ni dating Pangulong Arroyo sa mga naunang Supreme Court justices?
Well, palagay ko, number one, wala tayong question kung nasa timely manner ba. Na talagang sinunod natin lahat ng proseso dito. At palagay ko naman, mas ang daming puring inabot natin sa paghirang kay Justice Serena. No? Kaya doon siguro doon lang iiwan na marami nakaka-recognize ng talagang aking talino, galing at nagawa na hindi ho promised pero yung actuality na nagawa na niya na talagang makakadagdag ho sa ating Korte Suprema. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Magkita-kita tayo mamaya sa website. Thank you.